my killer body with K. Michelle. Okay, we meet two women. Let's go ahead and put them up on the screen. Okay, because the woman at the top is Busy, and the woman at the bottom is Marlena. So let's go ahead and talk about Busy and Marlena. We'll start with Busy first. Okay, and the notes that we have on Busy. Not a whole lot, but we're going to talk about them. Okay, so Busy, we meet her. Okay, she is a mom of one, right? So when Busy was younger, Busy had breasts that were two different sizes, right? One was super small, one was bigger than the other. And when she was a child, she kind of got like joked on or whatever. And it was really, really bad. Like when she got older, she had to wear two different bras because they were different sizes. Like I think one was like an A size, whereas the other one was like a C cup. So it was very noticeable that she had different sizes in her breasts, right? So she wanted to get a breast job done for years, never did it. But her husband at some point came up with the money, got the money up, and I believe he was the one that paid for her to get her breast done or whatever, right? So there's that. It did not go well, and we'll talk about that, right? Busy meets with K. Michelle, and she gave her details about that botched surgery, y'all. When I tell y'all, I could just imagine, because I feel like nipples are very sensitive, so I could just really imagine how she felt like for her nipples to be cracking and pus to be coming out of them. And it was just terrible. So she went to go get a breast lift and a breast augmentation that she said only took 45 minutes. K. Michelle was a bit shocked by this because she's like, girl, ain't nothing supposed to take that long. Like, it's supposed to be longer than that. It's a whole process. You just don't do this in 45 minutes, girl. Okay, that's not how that goes. So after surgery, when she went and got this surgery, y'all, right, they really butchered her breast, like for sure. After she got the surgery, K. Michelle said that they should have let her, rest. She was supposed to wake up in the hospital after getting rest, but instead they put her in her unconscious body in the car. So after giving her this surgery that they ended up giving her, they just scooped her body up and went to go put her in the car. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Kay tells her that, she was supposed to wake up in a recovery room, right? Not waking up in your car, right? She says that she woke up in the car vomiting and urinating all over herself, okay, when she woke up. She was horrified. She said, especially when she looked at her breast, because like I told y'all, she had pus coming out of her breast and her nipples 5 days after the surgery, right? She returned back to the doctor so that he could see her, see what was going on. It was absolutely terrible, right? When she returned, they take her back to a dingy operating room. This was terrible. I think this doctor could have been in Miami. According to how it went, it was out of order. So I think this doctor could have been in Miami. So when he laid her on the table, he did not medicate her or do anything, numb her or nothing. He just immediately started to remove the stitches. Start to remove the stitches out of this lady's body. Like, just terrible. No numbing, no nothing, right? So she says that she found the doctor or something like that in Miami. And she speaks on a doctor that they found in Miami and how she had an infection. And then post-op, she says that the doctor said that they couldn't do anything about it. After her breasts are cracked, it looks like when they put the implants in, it was so infected that it started to eat away at her skin based on like the images that they could show us from what they blurred out, girl. It was like gruesome. So it looked like she had a hole in her breast. Do you hear me? That's how much they ate through. Like it was just terrible, right? And they left the infected implants in there, or at least they left the implants in there with the infected wounds or whatever, which actually could have resulted in something more catastrophic, I guess you could say, devastating, probably could have resulted in death, from her getting so sick, right? So that was just terrible. When she went back to go see the doctor during that like post-op time frame, he said it was nothing they could do, but they could fix it in a year. In a year? You didn't even do this right the first time. Why would I come back? This is terrible. Sad. I don't know what happened to that doctor, but I hope that he's closed down. Hear me, okay? Now, she meets with K. Michelle's doctor, all right? She meets with, first of all, her husband wasn't too sure about that doctor anyway. He told her that he wasn't sure about it, but she still wanted to do it. So she ended up doing it. All right, still doing it, still checking out with the doctor and all that other stuff. The process didn't go well for her. She said when they got back to the hotel room, things clicked for her when her husband asked her, what you want on your tombstone? Because he was so afraid that she was not going to make it. So he just started like, what do you want your tombstone to say? Because I don't think you're gonna make it back home. Yikes, girl, that's a tough conversation. But anyway, so she ends up meeting with K. Michelle's doctor. We see some more images of her breast, and although they were blurred out, girl, they look terrible. I didn't even think like the way they showed it, it looked like she didn't even have no more nipples. Like I'm like, how is the doctor gonna repair this? Because it just looks it looked like a big sore, a scab. Like it was terrible, okay? But he ended up, trying his best with this girl, okay? He ended up doing the best that he could with her at the end of the day. And I think that she was satisfied. They were able to get some stuff done. When he was in there looking, he was like, oh, this is really terrible. Like, this is really messed up. Had to get the old implants out of her that's been sitting in her for God knows how long. And that's been infected. It looks like he had to take off the nipple, do some stuff, and then put the nipple on and whatever, girl. Like, it was just a whole lot this lady had to go through. But I hope that she's ultimately satisfied with the breasts that she got. They didn't even look that big for real. And honestly, when they gave us like a before picture of her, it was like, girl, you really could have kept the breasts that you already had. But I understand you probably wanted some more, girl, whatever. But when he fixed the breasts that she got, it don't look like he gave her. I mean, she said she had some new breasts. So I'm like, okay, girl, I guess how it is. Don't look like it really hint for nothing, but if you like it, then congratulations. Right? So there's that. That's what I have on Miss Busy, honey. Let's go ahead and scoot on over and get to Miss Marlena. Okay? So Marlena decided that she was going to get butt injections and a tummy tuck. All right? Now, she got the butt shots back in 2011. All right? I didn't even know they was doing stuff like that back then. Okay? In 2011, when did Nicki Minaj come out? Was that around that time? It must have been 2010, 2011. I feel like they probably was. So maybe they was doing it back then. I think Nicki had got butt shots. I don't know about the lady body, but I want to think, right? Didn't Nicki say she got butt shots? I don't know. But they was doing it like that. Okay, that's what you're doing. Anyway, so she said that she always admired her sister's body and felt like she was the one that always had the big butt, the breast. She just had the better body, so she admired her sisters, right? And when I saw it, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, bro, y'all all look the same. High key to me, nobody had the bigger anything. Okay, y'all was just big, and it's no shade, but yeah, y'all. It wasn't giving. So I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really could have killed what y'all had, but I guess y'all didn't think that y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I feel like people be the worst critics of their bodies. Like, I know I am, girl. Because I be like, oh, I look big. I look fat. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I look in the mirror and I be looking thin. I be looking right. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. We see each other sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You could be the worst critics, whereas, the flaws you see about yourself, other folks don't see. But I just felt like, girl, you could have, like, you damn near looked the same before and after high key. You know what I'm saying? You and your sister also damn near look the same. For real. Y'all both was, you know what I'm saying, being with it, not fat like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to find them. But anyway, girl, you could have stayed where you was. But anyway, girl, so she says after 6 years, okay, she says that 6 years after getting the injection, she started to notice the changes in her butt. So I guess like when your butt is really cuffed like this or whatever she had going on, something in the middle started to droop. Okay, so her butt went like this, like it started to curve and drop or something like that, girl. Something was happening, girl. Something was going on up in that thing. Right. So she says that because I think she started to get sick and stuff too, right, around that time. But because she started noticing the dents and the different changes in her butt and stuff like that, that's what made her feel like, you know what, let me go get a tummy tuck so it'll distract from my booty. That don't even sound right. I'm not even gonna. You want to get a tummy tuck so it can distract from what's going on with your ass? I would think that when you get the tummy tuck, it's gonna make it more noticeable of what's going on with your ass. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want a tummy tuck just to get one, then just stay there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to use the tummy tuck as an excuse as to why you got your booty done. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Like you got your tummy tuck to hide what was going on with your booty. But let's keep going, girl. So she says that she got her tummy tucked, okay, to make up for her booty being floppy or something like that. Okay, girl. So then she says like 3 days after getting her tummy tucked, I felt super bad for her. The pictures were terrible. Grew some. I wish I could show up to you guys, but listen, y'all gonna have to check out Miss K. Michelle show, My Killer Body. A lot of people cannot handle that type of stuff, but I mean, I got through it. It was cool, right? I feel like her stomach wasn't as bad as the girl we saw on last week. Okay, last week's girl. Do I have her image up here? I don't think I got it. Do I have her pictures? I don't think I got her pictures up here. But the last week, girl, stomach was toe down to the flow down. Okay. Miss Girl stomach here, Miss Marlena's was much better than the last girl. Okay. 3 days after getting this tummy tuck, she started to notice that she was getting blisters, discoloration. Like she had a hole in her stomach. Like she had a lot going on. Like girl looked like she started to develop pus in that stomach area after getting like that tummy tuck, right? So she had to heal herself all by herself. She was her own nurse, but what she had to do was she had to go to Facebook groups, and it was a Facebook group for women that have had this type of surgery that were able to help her and nurse her back. So thank God she had that to kind of help her, so it wasn't as bad, right? And I feel like the girl from last week, if she would have had like that Facebook group, maybe she could have helped herself as well. So there's that, okay? But yeah, she looked fine before, so she didn't really need it, but she went and got it anyway. And I just hate that it ended up turning out as a terrible decision for her. So later on, Marlena meets with the doctor to let them know that she started to experience leg and back pain and even headaches, right? The doctor tells her it's going to be hard, right? I believe this was Kate Michelle's doctor, told her, listen, it's going to be hard to try and get all of this stuff out. She tells him about her experience for her tummy tuck and how she had no care and she pretty much had to take care of herself at home. And he says that's insane. I've never heard of a patient ever having to take care of themselves. Like that's not even how that should even be. Okay. So later on, we see where Marlena meets with Kay Michelle. And she says that she went into an actual surgery room when she got these injections. Okay, girl. She says that she was in pain while getting the surgery, but after seeing her big butt, she allowed the lady to keep going because she was telling the lady like, oh, it hurt. I'm like, girl, if you get any type of surgery, ain't they supposed to give you some type of anesthesia or something so you won't feel nothing? So you started to feel the pain and the lady still continued to inject you and then wanted to show you your butt. And of course, she probably gonna let her go on because she be like, I don't want to have one butt big and the other one loppy. So yeah, let's finish. Let me thug it out. Right? So she was happy. It's fine, right? So only when she got all that work done and stuff, and she let the lady get her this big booty, and girl, that booty definitely changed, girl. That booty definitely changed over the years. Hear me, definitely changed, girl. That booty went from this to bloop. It just dropped. Like, girl, I hate it for her, but I hope that it's much better now. Okay. So only for the feds, right? She got this work done. Only for the feds to show up at her door 2 to 3 years later, being on her door, letting her know, asking her like, did you get your body done over here? Did you get any work done? Yeah, you did. Okay. Well, all of these people have been indicted. Okay, all of them are thrown in jail. They have been indicted for injecting people with illegal substances or whatever, girl. Okay, so you might want to go get yourself checked out. That's what she did. Okay, she went and she got her MRI, and they told her, listen, whatever you got in your butt, okay, some of it is spreading to your hips, and whatever you got back there at the bottom or whatever is spreading to your groin. That right there sounds like a death sentence to me. If you're getting injected with this silicone or whatever you're getting, and if it gets into the wrong portions of your body, that sounds like a death sentence to me. Now, I'm not sure or familiar with how all of that works, but just when he showed us at some point when he was like doing the surgery on her, and he was like, you see these little balls? He was like, that's the silicone. And all I was thinking about was like, I don't know how all the blood and the vessels and things work and the arteries and stuff, but I'm like, girl, what if that thing get in one of them and it clogs it up like that? That's scary something. That's scary something, girl. That's just cringe worthy. I hate it. But anyway, girl, that's what you want to do. Okay, so let's go on. What else we got? So they speak with the doctor. They speak on a doctor. Oh yeah. So she tells Kay Michelle, like, listen, I tried to get this stuff removed because I started to have pain and stuff. So I went to this doctor and he was like, okay, yeah, we could do this by lipo. And Kay Michelle said, no, we don't need to do that by lipo. That's what I did. Okay. I had somebody trying to remove my stuff with the lipo, and that was the worst decision he could have ever made, because what ended up happening is what she said, when you use the lipo, I guess suction it or something like that, it turns into oil. So she said after her surgery, the doctors were slipping and sliding all over the place because they did it wrong. Yikes. And when he showed us how tiny those balls are in somebody's fat, in somebody's muscle or whatever, in somebody's inside the underlayers, I'm sure that shit is hard to get the hell out. Girl, that is... All right. So the girl, Marlena, tells her, yes, I know now that lipo was not the best thing, because when I was about to get that surgery, I listened to you. I watched one of your videos and I heard it, and it stopped me from going that route. So technically, she felt like, hey, Michelle saved her life. All right. Okay. Then Marlena tells her that she went to get a tummy tuck. All right, at some type of place where it was like an actual surgery. Now, they talked about when you get your injections and stuff, they say something like you may be in somebody's house or like in a basement or something like that. And I'm just like, girl, why would you go get any work done in somebody's house? Why would you go get any work done in somebody's house? All right, but anyway, this girl, Marlena, said, nah, I didn't take that route. Like when I went, it was actually, it looked like an actual surgery center. Okay, for me, it looked like it was like 100% legit. Okay, so she says Marlena went to go get a tummy tuck. Okay, so at a surgery place, right? But after she had been turned down by like 4 more doctors or something, a lot of doctors told her no, they weren't going to touch her. Well, she couldn't take no for an answer, because obviously God was trying to help her out, but she wanted to be hard-headed and not listen to the Lord. So she decided that she was going to go to the person that said, yeah, we'll do it, because that person's about getting a quick buck. They didn't care about your health, right? So Marlena ended up getting it done anyway, and that's when she woke up, and it was just painful for her. She went through a painful experience, right? Later on, she links up with her brother. She talks with him about the surgery. She really needs the surgery. He doesn't want her cutting on her body no more or doing anything like that. But she said it's going to be a long process, and it's the only way for me to start getting back to myself, healing and feeling better. So because of that, he was like, all right, cool. If that's what you want to do, I'm going to support you. So do your thing. All right, whatever. So when she gets to go have the surgery, her brother and her boyfriend ended up coming with her. And I was like, oh, look at her boyfriend. I was like, okay, he's nice. Okay, he's nice. A handsome young man. Okay, so she wrote a message to her family in case her surgery did not go well, which was a bit sad, right? But I'm glad that her surgery did go well, okay? At the end of the day, the doctor did remove some of her butt. He showed us where the silicone was. When I tell y'all they are tiny balls, it looks like what people like to say, the size of a mustard seed, okay? I'm probably smaller than that. Girl, yikes. Yikes. Ooh. And that lady just kept pumping you up. Girl, that's a lie. You need to find home care. She is behind bars, and sue her for her commissary. You hear me? But anyway, what else? So the doctors removed her butt. He saw the silicone, and of course they couldn't get it all out. Of course not. Of course they couldn't get all this stuff out. But anyway, the tummy tuck did go well because she had a scar at the bottom, and they completely removed that scar all the way. So now she has a much thinner, healthier looking line on her body or whatever. And I guarantee you right now, baby girl probably like, dang, I should have just worked out a little bit. Maybe I should have just made better choices on what I ate or something like that. But at the end of the day, girl, whatever it is, honey, just know that you are here now. You are alive and well for the most part. Okay, you may still have some pain, but at least you're still here. Okay, and shout out to K. Michelle, because I do wonder if she's the one that's paying for the surgeries, right? I would want to believe so, right? She's probably, taking care of the surgeries for the ladies. At least I would hope so. So I'm glad the ladies are in a much better place. I think the surgery, everything went well for both of them, and I do believe that they are satisfied for the most part. But Miss Marlena is going to have additional work done. Right? I think she's going to have more of that silicone work done. It's going to be a long journey for her if she wants to try to continue to get this stuff taken out of her. Right? Either that or she's going to have to deal with it. And I hate it for her because she said a word when she was like, if my body can withstand it now and I'm in pain, what is it going to look like as I get older? And how is that going to affect me when I get older? I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. But either way, girl, good luck. We hope that it works out just well for you, honey.